Paying more attention to the female gender and issues affecting them in news contents once again takes center stage at a workshop organized for professionals by a non-governmental organization. The outcome of the event, which held in Owerri, the Imo State capital, is that the media as a development partner has an enormous role to play in closing the gap. TVC News correspondent Prince Uba reports.
Gathered here are media scholars and practitioners to brainstorm on gender implications of news output and reinforcing the knowledge base of professionals. This is to reawaken the consciousness of journalists to ensure women are fairly represented in news contents, rather than often left as news sources. Recent review by Global Media Monitoring Project shows that Nigeria took a backseat in women inclusiveness in news from selected media, as only 14% of the media contents focused on women. The organizer says the media should step up the game if Nigeria wants to achieve gender equality of the Sustainable Development Goals in 2030.
It's from news content that people get to understand what is happening. It is from news content that we form frames about certain issues, opinions, perceptions about certain issues. So it is important that media, journalists recognize the essence of having gender balance.
For other scholars, media practitioners in their reportage must be gender sensitive and avoid using phrases that may demean the female gender.
When we have a prostitute, what do you call the men that patronize them? They should have a name. Because without a buyer or seller, there won't be a seller or seller. You have a name for the seller. What is the name for the buyer? That's the gender bias we're talking about. And that's how we use it. We always identify the prostitute. We don't identify the sex purchasers. What is their name?
So we had several cases of reports that left the fact of the case, and we're using degrading and demeaning words to refer to women in their stories. So we say it will not be the best way for reporters to go when they are covering cases of
It is hoped that proper media monitoring and commitment subsequently will show significant improvement in the visibility of women in news contents. Prince Uba, TVC News, Owerri.